my son thought one guy was his dad, but it really wasn't.
Hmm.
And this gentleman raised him and everything, loved on him, gave him a nickname. Everybody loved him in the family. And then about a year and a half ago, my son had to meet his real dad. And
And that
that was
was,
hard. Yes, that was the secret. That was the drop.
is that when he found out then, like when he met him a year and a half ago?
Yes.
Oh man, okay. How did he take that?
He didn't.
Oh,
He
what
didn't
like?
take it well at all.
Oh man. All right, what's up? What's up, y'all? Listen, man, I have a guest with me today, Miss MJ. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. It's she got a list of accomplishments, a list of things that she's currently doing, and I'll let her introduce herself. So go ahead, feel free.
Hey, it's MJ from the Dear Sis podcast. Typically, I have a co host with me, my girl Mahogany, but she's out in Ohio. I'm here in New Jersey, but thank you for that introduction. I mean, I do have a list of things, but a list of what things? A grocery list? I don't know. No, I definitely have a list of things that I'm doing throughout this whole podcasting journey. It definitely has been a great ride, and 2024 is here, and I'm wanting and interested to learn more about the whole podcasting industry and so on and so on. So I'm definitely happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
For sure. I'm glad you took some time out to come speak with me a little bit. Um,
Yes, it's a
Me and
scarf.
MJ, we met through a podcast group where I'm actually getting to that a little bit because she's very active in there, very vocal. Everybody, everybody knows when she posts in the group, it's probably going to be a hot topic or something that's going to get a lot of responses. And actually, I reached out to her because she made a post, and I mean, it probably had 50 comments, and I'm like, all right, I want her to know what I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna message her personally, and we'll speak that way. If she responds, then that'll be good. So,
Yes, no doubt. No
um,
doubt. Ugh.
oh, go ahead.
That group, those people in that group, some of them make me sick and some of them are okay. I wouldn't say okay, for lack of better words, some of them are very um nosy, I should say. But I love the group for what it's worth. I love the communication. I love the community. I love the people that I've connected with throughout the group personally and not so personally. However, like you said, when I post something, it's usually fire to agitate or be like a thorn in somebody's ass. I could curse, right? Right.
Yeah,
So I'm tired of the niggas on that podcast, okay? On that platform. But I say a lot of things because it's information that I want to put out and it's just it's needed. That's just where I am. It's just needed. And oftentimes I get beat up inside the group.
mm-hmm.
But of course, I know how to hold my own because I come back with them like, don't mess with me because I'm going to come back like a tsunami. Thank you. And that's it. And a lot of the things I share are facts because I've been through it. I know I'm trying to save you. It's either sink or swim. I know how to swim. A lot of y'all motherfuckers do not. So I'm going to send you something to save your life. Thank you very much.
I feel it. So that leads me to my first question. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the state of podcasting as it currently stands right now?
Here's the truth about podcasting. There are over a million podcasters. Mind you, we have 8 billion people in the world. About half of those podcasters don't exist. They're dead shows.
Hmm.
A lot of times people don't want to do the work. After you get to 10 episodes, you're done. If you're not making any money by the 25th episode, you're over it. It's like you have to put in the work. That's it. You have to do the work. You have to do your due diligence. And oftentimes people do not want to because they get lazy, they run out of content, they listen to somebody that don't have a podcast, they continue to listen to people that don't have a podcast, and most importantly again, they listen to people that don't have a podcast.
Yeah, that's very true. Um, you know, based on your post, because we talked earlier, and
We did.
what I said to you was, I don't know you, and even based on your podcast that I listen to, which I'm a fan of, by the way,
Thank
the
you.
podcast, I'm a fan
Thank
of
you.
it. But even through your podcast and through the group, that's the only version of you that I know. And
Okay.
what I've noticed in there is you seem to be a bit of a gatekeeper for podcasting. That's what I get. That's what I get when I see you.
Oh,
I'm like, because I'll tell you what got me. What got me was I saw a post where you said, if you're not serious about podcasting, then just stop. And I was like,
yeah.
and people in the comments, it was mixed. Some people were like, exactly, yes, 100%. And other people in the comments like, well, what if I just want to do it for fun? And what if I just want to have a hobby? And I'm like, oh, you trying to weed them out. That's what
Yes.
that was. Yeah,
Yes. Move out the way.
yeah.
Because Kay, for myself, I eat, sleep, breathe podcasting. Mind you, I have another job and I bartend, but podcasting is life for me. I have given birth to something that have taken care of me and still is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not getting monopoly money. I'm getting real dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be millions, but it's a few thousand and a
Yeah.
few hundreds that adds up to thousands. And if I save it, I could be, doing stuff. But I like to eat out and shit like that. So I enjoy eating out and I enjoy living the lavish life that I live here in New Jersey. However, I'm just serious about it. I really am. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because someone sat with me, someone coached me, someone was a drill sergeant, and they were just like hammering me to get it right. And when I finally got it right, I was onto something. It's almost like a drug, like a high. Like you can't escape. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't do edibles. None of that bullshit. I drink and I do my hookah. That's it. But it's just like a high for me. So that's why I love it so much. I no longer like it. I'm in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I go hard and I'm passionate. And when Niblets on the podcasting page inside the group be talking shit, I go off.
Yeah. Hey, and look, and I'm a fan of it. I can't lie. Like, we was talking one time, and I'm like, look, I'm someone who I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And so, but at the same time, I'm like a I'm in the shadows because
Okay.
I see everything in the group.
Okay.
I don't respond to everything, and I see
You
everything
don't.
early. No, I don't, and
You
I see it
should.
early. I know. And only thing I do, I post. I post here and there. I'll post my podcast when I drop. I'll post clips, previews, things like that. I don't go in the comments so much. I
Why?
go in them and I read them. I don't know. I guess by the time I start reading them, I get too into it to the point where I'm not even responding. I'm just following a story at this point.
But going back to what you said about your perspective, motherfuckers need to hear your perspective.
True. This is true.
If you're in the group, so you're one of the nosy people. If
Yeah.
you're in the group and you're not communicating and you're not saying anything to anyone, how will we know who you are?
Right.
So now what I'm gonna have to do is start dragging you like I drag T and Mahogany inside that and my man Blake. I have to drag you guys because it's important because you're passionate about podcasting.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you probably wouldn't even really be too much in there wasting my time or wasting other people's time. And most importantly, your own.
Right. Yeah.
So think about it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you see something that sparks you, you'll be like, I don't know about that, MJ. I don't know about that, Bobo, or whomever is making a comment. And then me and you could go back and forth. It's all love. You don't have to agree with me because you know me. No. I might say something that you might, I don't know about that. And then I'll be like, all right, what's your perspective? What are you talking about? And other people might chime in and be like, I'm on his side because I don't like her anyway.
And the thing, and, I'm sure, that if I start to respond in there, which I probably will now, since I'm sitting here talking to you, I'll probably start responding there, and I'm sure it'll get it going. I'm sure of it because it's just how it goes, and it's not even on purpose. We were talking, and I'm like, the reason I even podcast is to make people think a little differently than they would have. Like, and it's just how my brain works. I'm not even trying to go against anything, but my first thought is typically not other people's first thought. And that's just kind of how that goes.
There, there are over 25,000 people in that group.
Yeah.
Everybody got a different perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody does. I just feel like all 25,000 of them are jumping me. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like they jumping me.
It's
Oh,
definitely some of that in there. It's definitely some of that.
however,
And I just watch it. I
they
just
would love to hear from you because they sick of me. They sick of me. But go ahead.
So, how long have you been podcasting now?
Next month makes 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, like, what got you into it? Like, were you listening to podcasts or like?
No,
Oh, really?
no. But I've always wanted my own
Mm,
because I've learned that podcasting is a safe place for people to have conversations with other people where they're not judged,
mhm.
where they're not picked on, where they're not slandered, or anything of that sort. So back in 2017, I created a propaganda where I was talking to only women on social media. I did videos. I used my phone. I used to be on the bus. I used to be in the car. I used to just share my life story or my daily life story of what I went through or going through at that particular time. And I knew that I wanted to reach the masses, and the videos are cool and everything, but I'm not really into the videos like that because I would have to move over to becoming a YouTuber, which would have been fine. But I don't like YouTube for different reasons. They're racist, political. It's a lot going on behind the scene. People don't know about the YouTube. Another conversation at another time, or we
Yeah.
could dig into it too.
I mean, because you said that sparked. I'm like, what's
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube do not really cater to people of color,
Mhm.
the African American community. They want to give us less and take more, even though we are the most brilliant people on planet Earth. And we don't see that because we think, oh, we got a YouTube page and we got 2 million people following us. Every time somebody follow you, I feel like every time somebody click, subscribe, and follow you, and you're building and building, you should get some nice pennies
Yeah.
because that's $1 billion business,
Yeah.
probably $1 trillion business. And
And
half of that
bring people to
are
the
black
page.
people.
You,
Or
I
black
mean,
people.
if you are a creator, you are literally bringing people to the platform.
Unless you are jumping off a building and surviving, YouTube really don't really give two ducks. Unless you are Spider-Man and you take off your cape and you're a black person, maybe they will. They don't really. I don't fool with YouTube like that. And it's saturated. It's too
It is.
saturated. It's so saturated. You can't even enjoy it no more.
It's funny that you use that term because honestly, based on your online presence, I thought that's what you would say about the podcast space.
No, I
You
love
enjoy all of
podcasting. I
the
enjoy it.
many podcasters.
I enjoy. Yes, 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 yes. Like for instance, I follow quite a few podcasters that do videos, which is fine, and most of them are guys
Mhm.
because I feel like sometimes it's a man's world when it comes to podcasting, but it really isn't. It's equally balanced.
Yeah.
However, what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to get dressed up every day.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I'm an attractive woman and all that good stuff inside and out, but I just be over it. Like, I don't feel like it. But it is what it is. For those who love videos, continue. For those who love audio like me, I do my thing.
Yeah.
But I can show myself in other ways, like I do comedy. But anyway, it's more, it's so much to know about me. Uh, yes. Oh my God. I don't know. Next question.
So piggybacking off of you saying you do comedy, now you are hilarious on your
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
like
you.
I'm really in the car listening and really laughing as I'm like just riding around. Like it's yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yes. Did
So
you tear up when you listening? Like sometimes your eyes get watery. You be like, oh,
yeah,
this is crazy.
yeah, really, yeah. Like from the even you change your intro from the first few episodes
I
to
did.
you brought in some ad libs on the intro, and those had me laughing before you start talking. Just the ad libs on the intro. I'm like, all right, she turned it up on this one.
Yes, 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 yes. I
um,
did. I did.
so on there was a particular episode. Like I said, I listened to a few. I listened to most of them. I don't know how many you have,
Yes.
but I think I only didn't listen to like three of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a listener. Like I'll put it on and
Oh,
let it
thank
roll.
you.
The
Thank
thing
you.
is, I drive around all day for a living.
Okay.
So I'm in the car just taking in whatever, any audio.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
So yeah, past couple of days I just been listening to straight your podcast to
Okay.
try to get to know you.
Yes, and that's so important. But go ahead.
um Now I have to ask about the Donald Trump episode. Now,
Yes.
was that satire?
Oh, Sasso. That was Sasso. Frank.
Okay. Okay.
Frank Sasso. That was
Okay.
Frank. That was
Okay.
Frank. Totally.
All right, because I'm listening.
Totally.
I'm like, if this if this is Donald Trump, first I was excited because I'm like, you got Donald Trump on the show. Like, 'cause by that episode, I'm a fan. That was like episode like 4 or 5, something like that. I'm already a fan. Oh, she got
Yes.
Donald Trump on there, and I'm like, oh, he's wilding if this is him. I'm like, what's he? He's
But
going
that's him in real
crazy.
life. You know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's a maniac.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. I'm
Yes.
just listening, like, hold on, I have to ask about it because I'm like, in my head, I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know, I don't think so, but I gotta ask. Yeah,
No, he's a maniac.
it was funny though. That was funny.
Thank you.
Um, Now
Thank
that's
you.
your producer that's on there a lot,
Yes.
Frank. Yeah,
That's my producer. Yes. Frank Sasso.
yeah.
Yes. That's yes. Yes. Yes.
Y'all
Yes.
are funny together, even though you have a co-host. Y'all are funny together, I must say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Um, so also again, based on your podcast, based on your posts, online
Mhm.
presence, all of that, you seem to be very much a realist.
Some would say
Yeah. Now,
yes.
does that get you into things that you don't even know how you got there? Because it does it to me. I'm a realist.
Yes. And let me share this with you. The reason why I'm glad you brought that up because not to say that I was a liar, it just was sometimes I would curve the truth. But something happened to me when I was 17 and I kept a secret from my family for like 20. How old is my son? My son is 29. And I kept a secret from my, not so much from my family, but from my son for like 28 years. And when it was time for me to reveal the secret at that particular moment in my life, I was no longer, I was just done. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell it, whether you like it or not. And it was as if a monkey lifted off my back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the moment of truth. It was almost as if I was on, it was judgment day. Like, you going to tell this truth or you going to die? And I was like, I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And since then, I'm straight lace.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I guess I mean, it make it to where, like you said, you ain't got to face something later that you held. Like,
Can you imagine holding a secret for 28 years?
no, I can't.
And every time you turn around or someone's calling you or a different phone number come and they be like, oh, how's your son? How's the dad? How's the other? Like, you're like, you don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
And my confidants knew the secret and they would die before they shared that secret. They would have died first. So I
So
had friends like
you gonna share
Chad.
that secret?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
What was the guy who passed away from Chad? Chad, Black
Oh,
Panther.
oh yeah, yeah. Chad Boswick.
Chad Bosworth. That's the type of friends he had where nobody knew his business
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
except for the family. That's
yeah.
how my friends and family are till this day. So my son wasn't the my son thought one guy was his dad, but it really wasn't.
Hmm.
And this gentleman raised him and everything, loved on him, gave him a nickname. Everybody loved him in the family. And then about a year and a half ago, my son had to meet his real dad. And
And that
that was
was
hard. Yes, that was the secret. That was the drop.
is that when he found out then, like when he met him a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Oh man, okay. How did he take that?
He didn't.
Oh,
He
what
didn't
like?
take it well at all.
Oh man, yeah.
He didn't take it well at all. Which
And
I expected.
yeah, like were you protecting him? Like was this someone that you didn't want him associated with, or
I was protecting myself, being selfish, protecting myself because I didn't want the backlash and the humility of it all. But I was in that bubble by myself because no one thought that.
yeah,
It was just in my head.
yeah.
Like, if I tell anybody, everybody gonna look at me different. They was like, bitch, he got two dads. Shit, I barely know my dad. That's how they were coming. You understand?
Yeah,
So it was a gift and a curse. But my son was just upset because he was like, why would you keep that from me for so long? And I just basically sat here on this couch. His real dad was here and he was here. And I was like, I just didn't know how to tell you
yeah,
because Dion, the other guy, was so involved.
yeah.
Like he made any man almost like he was Superman. And anytime you come around, he'll throw you kryptonite. Like,
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
good. Like, I got him. We're good and everything. And that's the same nigga that's in jail now for killing his best friend. And my
Mm.
son got kidnapped.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I mean, okay, I mean, I gotta ask, what's the kidnap story?
The kidnap stories because they were looking for his father, the not his biological father, not his real dad. I'm saying it wrong, but not his real dad. They were looking for Dion at the time, so they used my son as bait
Oh,
to reveal where he was
yeah.
or if he knew any whereabouts of him. And my son never shared it with me. I had to learn this from my brother. I have two brothers. I had to learn this from my brother. Yep.
So he just came back and didn't tell you what had
He
happened.
didn't tell him nothing. He told
Oh,
my brother Marvin. He told my brother.
at least he told someone. I mean, I'm sure as a mom you would have wanted him to tell you, but
I wanted to kill my brother.
for not telling you,
Absolutely. Because don't protect me.
that's tough.
Don't
That's a
protect
tough
me.
situation. He might not. And this is my, this is just my thought.
Go ahead.
He might have been wanting to keep that trust with his nephew. Like his nephew can come to him and tell him something. That's insane information. And if someone feels confident enough to tell you that, it's like he don't want to ruin that for the future. So I can imagine that's probably why he, didn't let you know. I mean, I could I don't have any nephews yet or nieces. I'm the only one with a bunch of kids as far as my siblings, but I could imagine that's why he probably didn't tell you that. That was probably tough for him not to be able to tell his sister something like that too.
And I'm the oldest of three. And we're very close, like exceptionally close. My mother did an amazing job in raising us. My mom and dad, I should say, did an amazing job on raising us. One of my parents is still living. But at the same time, I was like, I didn't need you to protect me like that. But I believe Marvin shared that because we were all like in our feelings and it was all going down as we were talking. And it just hit us like a tsunami. Like that rocked our family.
Yeah, I
That
bet.
really rocked our family. That really rocked our family. My mother was on the phone at the time and she was like going off and trying to talk, and all three of us trying to talk at the same time.
Yeah,
I had to
super
leave
emotional.
work. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes.
Man,
That's how bad it was. Yeah.
that's intense. That I don't know. I mean, as I think about it, it might have been better that you didn't learn about it as it was happening.
Correct.
That I mean, because what do you do? What's the next move when you get that call? It's like,
For me,
well,
I'm one of the people. I'm like, I can be rational or irrational.
yeah,
I don't have any felonies. I'll never had a DUI, domestic violence, traffic tickets, and I've been in jail at the age of 19 for stealing. I am now 47. So
yeah,
I would have kindly went across the bridge in PA and got me a gun.
yeah, yeah, easily,
And I would have been comfortable with my decision. And
yeah.
I would have been conscious with my decision.
That
Okay.
I
In my
feel that.
family, they got a little bit of money. My mom would have been like, well, let me put my house up. And I have some friends in high places. They would have bailed me out.
Yeah,
Right. And I
yeah,
would have had to go back to court.
yeah.
But I was comfortable with that decision
Mm-hmm.
in my head. No premeditated, nothing. I
Yeah,
just know that I need to go across the bridge. Here's my ID, and here's $500. I
yeah,
need that 9 millimeter right there. It ain't got no bodies on it, right?
yeah, yeah. I feel that. Yeah,
So
for the
that's
kids,
where I was.
for the kids. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. That's where I was.
Um, so that kind of makes me think about a topic I wanted to ask you about,
Hmm.
which me and you are both not members of the LGBT community. We are not. Let me just throw that out there first. But what I do see a lot of, and you can kind of think about, if you want to think about it on a wide scale, like Hollywood,
Okay.
when there is usually a black man who wants to level up, he wants to go from, you know, he's doing okay to like star level, superstar, megastar. Either they're going to put on a wig, they're going to wear a dress, or they're going to be pictured up with some other funny looking man hugged up at a party, somebody you never seen.
Hmm.
And it's just like, it feels like to me, there's an attack on masculinity.
Yes.
There's a thing where men are, they're trying to force men to accept all this different sexuality to the point of the old rules don't seem to apply so much no more. Like there, because there are certain little just unspoken rules. Like there are men things, and it
Okay.
seems like that's kind of moving out the way. Like there's no men things. That, well, we're not holding ourselves to that. There should be, but we're not holding ourselves to that. Men aren't holding other men to that. Like, what's your thoughts on it? How do you feel about that from a woman's perspective?
Okay. Thank you for saying that because I'm not a guy.
Right.
However, I want to say this. What happened? Like, why do people think that it's okay? Why is it such a shift where you have to dress a certain way, you have to wear a wig, you have to wear a dress? What does that entail? Well, for one, I believe it's a control thing. So I kind of knew the question to that. It's control, but I feel like there's something else other than control.
You know, um,
And control is a powerful word.
yeah,
And everyone wants that because it's not control to me is even powerful than the word power.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if you control something, I mean,
It's yours.
you move, yeah, you move the pieces wherever you want them. Like,
Correct. So I don't get it.
I was actually talking about this on one of my recent episodes, and it seems simple, but I think there is a lack of OGs, the way I put it, and a lack of, if you're, everybody don't have a grandfather, but there's a lack of speaking to your grandfather.
Correct.
Like you, like I'm 28, but there's a generation right behind me
Okay.
who they don't they don't take anything from anybody. Like they don't take in anything from anybody. Like you tell them something and they think they know it based on,
Already.
they
Right.
grew up on the internet, they can look up
Yeah.
whatever they want to look up. But it's like at some point, experience, knowledge, and lectures matter. Like
It does.
you have to hear about these experiences that somebody went through because you're probably gonna go through them at least in a general way. You might not have the same life path, but if I look at me and then my granddad, we both have 4 kids. We both
Okay.
got married generally young. I mean, he was much younger than me when he got married, but
Okay.
before 30. I mean,
Okay.
it's just like, so in a general sense, I could look at it and say, okay, this is how he did it, this is how I got to do it. I don't have to follow his path, but it's like you have to listen to what did he go through, how did he handle these different situations, like,
Correct.
and there's not much of that, is what I see.
So you think it's a lack of community, a
Yes,
lack of fellowship, and I don't mean church. I just mean fellowship as far as men are concerned.
right.
It could be a lot of abuse that occurred in the households.
Mm-hmm.
But going back, I'm gonna circle back to when you called me the gatekeeper. I'm definitely flattered about that because that's the gatekeeper could be a gift and a curse at the same time. But I'm gonna use mine for good.
Yeah,
I've learned that a lot of the gatekeepers, whoever they are in the industry, suffered from something, and now that they have this great amount of wealth and power, they use that to attract the same sex or opposite sex within that realm of people because they know that the person that they are attracting either suffered for something, from something, wants something, lacks something, or have no knowledge of what's going on, or just want to be in the in crowd. Because I'm still trying to understand, if you're a gatekeeper and you're in high regards and you're well and you're doing the best that you can, and I have a podcaster here and I'm female and he's a guy, why would I want him to be a female?
yeah, yeah. I think I don't.
That's not, that doesn't turn me on.
Yeah, I don't know when it merged. I don't know that part. I can't figure out. I don't know when it merged because at some point it became like, no, we're all people. There's like men and women. We're not different. It's like we
And
have to be
people
different.
are so comfortable. And it has nothing to do with the LBG community,
Yeah, because
honestly, because
yeah,
they got their own community by themselves. Half of them don't even want to be bothered with people like me and you.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
They don't.
and they
Because
don't
they
always
got
agree with the push.
they don't always agree with the push either.
They-
Correct.
They're like, we doing our thing, and this is us, and this is how we live, whatever it is, and they not looking to influence or bring
Nope.
somebody over. Like,
But I will say this. If they see one of us suffering in something that they stand by, regardless of their sexuality, they will come in.
as in, like what, like black people, like,
Black people, white people, whomever.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll become a force. They will. They'll become a
oh,
force.
oh yes, 100%,
They will
100,
become a force.
yeah.
And I ain't sleeping with none of them. And they'll become a force. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
my thing is, where did it all start? It's like you got to get to the root of it. Where did it start? Why are men so comfortable as these people in power to be like, I want him, I want him, I want him, I want him?
yeah,
What happened to you?
yeah,
What happened to you? Nobody ever discussed that. Ever.
yeah. Because it's one of those things where it's like, if you try to get to that, it's like, oh, you got to accept them. You have to accept someone for who they are, and it's like,
The accepting part is cool, but
yeah,
don't bring me in and accept for who you are and accept for the things you want me to do with you or for you. I might not be cool with that.
yeah,
I'm not. I'm not. Listen, I'm not into women. I would, like I said, and people know this about me. If my husband, I'm not married, but I got a boo. If he be like, babes, I want to have a threesome. All right, cool. We can have a threesome with another female, not no guy. But I'm not going to be munching on nobody if he be
yeah,
like, well, I got 100 million for you to change your life. Nah, because I got to answer to somebody.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I do. And my parents didn't raise me like that. And I never was touched. I never was mistreated or abused. None of that bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna hold you on your show. I was not. And
yeah,
I and I and you know, and I have integrity and I love who I am. That's it.
I was just about to get to that word because that's what it is. Integrity. Like,
Yeah, I love me. I have integrity and I have children, and like I said earlier when we were talking, I'm not sure what side my daughter wants to play on, but she's still gonna be like, nah, that ain't my mom.
yeah,
My mom ain't do that. I know I love this Ferrari we driving and this Range Rover I always wanted, but you did that to do that?
yeah,
Nah.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
it was just something that I've been seeing a lot of lately. I mean, I actually made a post on Facebook where I was like, "And I all I do is joke on Facebook." That's kind of
Okay.
another reason, as far as the group, why I kind of just stay back because I joke all the time, but sometimes people take it as I can't be intellectual, and I'm like, okay, just I can break this down for you. But it's like, I'm trying to just be funny. It's social media. We supposed to laugh, I feel. So if I say this funny stuff and then you don't laugh and then you try to get serious and try to educate me, it's like, hold on. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just making this funny for y'all. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to get jokester or whatever. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
made a post that was like, you know, the ones who are really the elite ones, they're gonna put on a wig or dress. And I put a picture of like six people, it's like LeBron, Shaq, Charles, but they was all in dresses. Like I'm just like, it just always
I
happened.
don't think they will
They were in dresses.
in real life.
Yeah, they've
LeBron
all worn
James
a
and shit.
dress. LeBron James was in a
Wow.
Geico commercial dressed up as Flo with the wig and the dress on. Yeah,
Why I've never seen that commercial.
cause it's just he got to do it to get elite, and then they gonna exit out. You know what I mean? They're not gonna push that too much because it's still LeBron. I'm a conspiracy theorist too, by the way.
Okay, but I'm into politics. I'm not a conspiracy theory. But Denzel never had to do it.
Wear a dress?
Ever.
Nah, he never wore a dress.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
He don't get the
Because you
respect
probably
either, though. But
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Spike Lee grabbed him.
hmm,
Spike Lee grabbed him and was like, "Come with me, my nigga,
yeah,
before it's too late."
yeah.
You know who else they have to wear a dress? Forrest Whitaker.
Do they get the respect they deserve?
They do.
Think
They
so?
do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I read
Them brothers.
something.
Them
Will
brothers
Smith.
could skip a meal if they want to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Will Smith gets the
Well,
respect he deserves because he played a gay guy.
I was just about to say, Denzel told Will Smith, "Don't play gay," because then you have to that's it. Don't go away. It's with you.
It's forbidden, right?
Yeah, it's with you forever. After you do it, you still played it. But he didn't listen. He still did it.
I would have rather him be a junkie.
Yeah, yeah. Because that stick with you too though. But because
I'd rather be a junkie than a gay guy or
oh,
a gay
100%.
woman.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
yeah.
yeah. It's just an interesting little thing. To watch. Sometimes you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get out of here, just let me know what's coming up with you. What you got coming up?
Well, since you asked, so Mahogany and I, we've decided that we are going to go full throttle with our podcast and show the Dear Sis podcast, and we are definitely doing the dating thing. Dating game. Mahogany decided she wanted to do because she's looking for another boo, another half, or whatever. And I think it'd be fun, a spinoff of Dear Sis podcast. Also, I'm interested in having a gentleman on, and we talked about this for like maybe 2 weeks as like a host, just to break up some of the bullshit that we be going through, where we can invite other men on and vice versa.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was gonna say mention the awards too.
The awards, yes, the awards. The This Is Podcast Award Show is taking place in Houston, Texas, October 2024. However, I may move the date. I wanted to share that with you. I may move the date to May 2025, just so it can be perfect. And
Yeah,
there's no such thing as perfect, but I just want it to be almost perfect, if that makes sense.
most definitely. Yeah,
So everybody that registered, everybody that submitted, everybody that participated, everything still stands. the same, but the date maybe move till 2025
Oh,
because I
good.
don't want to rush it.
Give me a chance to build my catalog up some more too. Get some more
Absolutely,
epic
because you're
episodes.
gonna have some heavy hitters.
Yeah, I
You're
believe
gonna
it.
have some heavy hitters. People gonna be like, "Man, please, this is why I deserve this award."
Yeah, I feel
Yes,
it.
and so far I have one sponsor. I have two sponsors. I'm sorry, I have two sponsors. I have two sponsors.
Okay, so
People are that like, yeah, 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 because we want it to be beautiful. I want it to be black tie affair. Like you're gonna come out.
yeah,
You're gonna come out. You're gonna come out and do your thing. That's my goal. That's my desire, and that's exactly what I'm working hard for right now behind the scenes with my homegirl who's taking care of everything.
that's what's up. I'm glad to watch. I'm glad to sort of kind of be a part of it. You know, I'm on the outside looking in, but I'm glad to, you know what I mean,
And
be
you could be on the inside looking out, like, how in the
yeah.
hell did I get here?
Well, look, I'm definitely definitely keeping up with you. I'm a listener of the podcast.
Thank you. Thank
Uh,
you so much. I'm honored. Thank
you
you.
know, like I said, I see all your posts, even if I don't say anything. I see it. I see all the posts. So I'm keeping up with everything you do. Uh,
Good. Thank you. Thank you. And
and I'm coming on.
it's since you thank you, and since you've given me the title as the gatekeeper, which I love, which is funny. I'm gonna have to share this with my dude, which is funny. I want you to participate
I will.
because that's what gatekeepers do. Gatekeepers see people and they be like, "Come on, board, come on." But I'm using mine for good. I'm
yeah,
using mine for good,
yeah,
even though I can use it for bad if I want to. But that's not my mo.
yeah. I definitely meant it in a positive way for sure. Because you filter. That's all I mean. You filter them out. They BSing. You get them out of there.
I do. I definitely get them out of there. And speaking of filtering, real quick, and then we can go. Oh man, MJ is my alter ego.
Okay, okay.
Okay, a lot of people don't know that, but MJ is my alter ego. Well, if you listen to the show, yeah, MJ is my alter ego, and Nadine is someone else that's just like real chill, a little bit laid back, and just cool, calm, and collective. Where MJ is like all over the place, radical, don't really care how you feel, but passionate about how you feel. At the same time, will punch you in the face and be like, "Get your life together."
So I talked to MJ today.
Yes.
Cool. That yeah. I'm with
You talk to MJ. I don't know where the hell Nadine or at. Nadine off right now. But you talk to MJ today because a lot of these motherfuckers need to listen to this show.
it.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what's up. That's what's up. Again, appreciate you
Yes.
taking some time out. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot on your plate, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you taking
Thank
time
you.
out. And we'll speak again soon.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself. We'll
All
talk
right.
soon.
Peace out.
Peace.